tonight on the Bayou Breakdown, the latest on LSU football after the dominating defensive performance over the Florida Gators. LSU Volleyball's two-headed monster leads them against an in-state rival, and an LSU men's basketball coach who is coming back to his alma mater. All that and more, the Bayou Breakdown starts now. Welcome to the Bayou Breakdown. I'm Kennedy Banks.
And I'm Gia Ficarella.
An LSU facility manager has been arrested for stealing from the university. David Thomas Klein-Peter has been charged for stealing more than $1,000 worth of gas and power washing equipment. Klein-Peter was given a university credit card to buy gas for a mower, and an audit found he had bought more than double the amount of gas needed. An investigation also found he took LSU power washing equipment home. This is a developing story.
We'll get right into it here as number 3 LSU faced off the Florida Gators in one of the most anticipated games of the week. As Tiger Stadium shined bright gold, Kennedy, so did this defense. 5 picks off DJ Lagway. That's an LSU record.
Yep.
And here you'll see Florida's one and only offensive touchdown. Kennedy, what were your takeaways from the game?
I'm really proud of this defense. I did not think going into this there was going to be 5 interceptions. I don't know if anyone's ever thought that, but this team is just electric, and that LSU defense continues to shock the world. I mean, everyone knew coming into this game the biggest key was going to have the LSU defense making DJ Lagway uncomfortable, and to say that they did that would be an understatement. This was an all-out attack from Blake Baker's defense, who had to go without star linebacker Whit Weeks, who was ejected for targeting on the first sequence of the game. But it's next man up mentality, and everyone did their job. LSU secondary grabbed the most interceptions by an LSU defense since 2020 with their 5 takeaways, and hometown kid Deshaun Spears had himself a day, grabbing 2 of Lagway's interceptions and returning 1 for a pick 6.
We practiced it. In practice, I went over it, I watched it.
The LSU backfield has emerged as a premier group, but it's the pressure applied up front that lit the fire for this defensive performance.
As you saw, he was never settled in the pocket, right? We were moving that pocket where there was great pressure. And so he could never settle and be in rhythm. Most of those picks were out of rhythm throws. And that was the game plan, is to get him out of rhythm. We brought a lot of pressures. They were 5-man pressures, so we were in good coverage situations where we had some zone defenders through some of our simulated pressures that allowed us to be in a really good position.
There was no rest for Florida's offense as the Tigers held a run-heavy Gator team to just 79 yards on the ground. And what happened through the air speaks for itself.
We got guys on the line that are, going to make the plays up front. We're going to stuff the run, and, that's what we're built off of, being fast, violent, physical, and aggressive. On
the other side of the ball, though, LSU's offensive struggles seemed to continue. Garrett Nussmeier went 15 for 27 and threw for 220 yards with just 1 touchdown and an interception. The Tigers were only able to score 13 offensive points off of 5 turnovers, with heavy third down troubles continuing to linger. With that kind of defensive performance, this offense has to pick up some slack and start to play complementary football. Coach Kelly spoke to the media after the game, and this was his reaction after being questioned about the offensive execution.
What are you seeing with your offense?
Stop. Really? Is that the first question? We won the game 20-10. Try another question. What do you want me to tell you? I just laid it out for you. We played the game to win the game. We played the game to win the game.
All right. How about third down then? What is going on with third down?
It's one game. Last game, we were great on third down. You're looking at this from the wrong perspective. LSU won the football game. Won the game. I don't know what you want from me. What do you want? You want us to win 70-0 against Florida to keep you happy?
No, I think people want to know why you can't run the ball, quite honestly.
We can run the ball. Did you see the last play of the game? That's all you need. You just need one.
Though there was tension between Kelly and a reporter, Kelly did publicly apologize at his press conference today. Reporter Jonathan Salazar was actually there earlier and is now outside the football operation building to tell us more. Jonathan?
Thanks, Gia. Brian Kelly told the media today that not everyone has been playing healthy. Here's what Coach had to say today about his quarterback.
You know, he's been slowed a little bit with a torso injury, and he's fighting through it, and he's getting better. And he's not going to be able to really shut it down until we get to the bye week.
Kelly told the media that Nussmeier is managing a small injury, but the coaching staff will manage that until after the bye week at Ole Miss. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Jonathan. LSU fans were pretty electric Saturday night, and that helped lead the Tigers to a win. Now, some people were pleased with the win, while others expected more. Reporter Brasia Clark went around campus to ask LSU students their hot takes on the team's performance and how they think they can improve.
Welcome to a new segment I like to call Controversy in the Huddle. I'm Brasia Clark, and I'm going to be asking students what their controversial take is based on the Tigers' performance Saturday night. Let's get started.
My name is Reese Ward.
Noah Wilson.
Joy D'Artez. What's your controversial take based on Saturday's game?
My take is I think our offense really isn't bad. I think that we just get in our head sometimes and we overthink it, so we just need to be more controlled with what we do.
LSU's defense is the #1 defense in the country.
The play calling by the refs. You saw that hit by Whit Weeks. I would say the Florida player did tuck his head down.
What are you most worried about as the Tigers get deeper into SEC play?
My biggest worry, I think, is I'm worried that we're going to get too over the top.
We need to stop the boneheaded picks from Nussmeier. We can't have a pick like we had in the game. That was terrible.
I'm not going to lie. I'm worried about the cockiness. They're 3-0 right now, but they're also not the only team in college football that is 3-0 because everybody is fighting for the same spot right now. So I would definitely say staying level-headed.
What do you think the Tigers need to do in order to fix those things?
I think they need to really come together behind the scenes and work together more.
We kind of need to open up the offense for Nussmeier and let him throw the ball more so that I feel like he's actually getting his opportunities to throw it.
Listening to their bodies for sure and just taking the season seriously because I know everybody wants to win, but not everybody wins.
Well, that's all the time I have for you today. Make sure you tune into this Saturday's game against Southeastern to see if the team's improved. For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Brasia Clark.
Now, it sounds like some LSU fans may be a little worried as we get deeper into SEC play, but the team came out with an impressive win against Florida, and they'll look to continue their momentum as they take a trip to Oxford in 2 weeks. After the break, LSU's former player is coming back to his alma mater to start at a new role.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. The NFL Week 2 was underway last Sunday with close games, and one of them happened in New Orleans. Now, It was the 49ers versus the Saints. I kind of expected the Saints to win this game, but I think it was a good loss, a healthy loss, if you'll say. This was an injured 49ers team, but at this point, with the way the Saints are going, I'll take anything I can get. And Spencer Rattler looked so much better than I thought he would, so I'll take it.
Now, it was a sad week for Tiger fans as former LSU quarterback Joe Burrow got injured yesterday. He suffered from turf toe and will have surgery, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. He won't be coming back before December 15th, so this could be a season-ending injury.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. But speaking about LSU alumni, reporter Devin Whitson is in studio to tell us about the new coach for the men's basketball team. Devin?
Thanks, Kennedy. As LSU basketball begins to gear up for the next season ahead, a returning face has joined the coaching staff ahead of the new season.
For Key Hornsby, returning back to his alma mater was simple. The former guard returned back to Baton Rouge ahead of the 25-26 season as a part of the Tigers coaching staff after an 8-year career as a professional player both in America and overseas.
Pretty simply, LSU became a second home to me when I was here. I mean, LSU changed my life. And also, be honest, I met my wife here too. I'm from Virginia. I came down south, met a Southern girl, and didn't look back. And here we are today.
Throughout Hornsby's tenure with the program, the Williamsburg native played 2 seasons with the program where he had notable moments such as his game-winning buzzer beater against number 18 Arkansas in his junior season and his senior year, where he recorded a career-high 32 points against Houston following a return from injury. Hornsby credits his coaches throughout his time with the Tigers to his transition to coaching.
My own coaches suggested that's the path I should take if I wanted to, if I felt like it. And I always had interest in it too. I always loved the player-coach relationships. Obviously, I was on the player side, but I also learned a lot from my own playing career on like good situations, bad situations, and how if I were a coach, how I approached them differently. And I think that's valuable coming today as a beginner coach.
As Hornsby gears up with the rest of the staff for the 25-26 season, he and many others within the staff want to take each game one at a time and try to get better every day while enjoying themselves.
As Hornsby gears up with the rest of the staff for the upcoming season, he and many others within the staff will try and make this team better. After the break, we take a look at LSU Volleyball's matchup against their first in-state rivals of the season.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping. Got a few minutes? You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Bayou Breakdown. My name is Michael Edens. The LSU volleyball team finished off Southeastern in 3 straight sets this past weekend.
The dynamic outside hitter duo of Nia Washington and Journey Robinson was on full display against the Southeastern Lions. Nia and Journey seemed to be everywhere on the court, especially Nia, who led the team with 8 digs. This is what Journey had to say about her team.
She just has like such a good star power. Like she's just so fiery on the court, and I think we needed that, especially like last year. But coming to this year, like she's such a big help on the win, and I think she just does her job.
As for Southeastern, they were definitely able to give the Tigers a run for their money, as there was no poor showing from them. They were able to keep it close all 3 sets, and on the 3rd set, they even took the lead. But then the Tigers gained some momentum and finally were able to secure the victory.
Yeah, I think we certainly made it difficult for ourselves midway through that set. So I just think, you know, all season long, especially in our last 4 or 5 matches, we've gotten down in some sets, and we've just shown how gritty we can be at the end. And it was about making plays, and we made plays in the end. We came up with a big kill, we came up with a big block, and we just put a lot of pressure on them, which we did not do probably for most of that set until the very end. And so just proud of the way they stayed poised at the end there and came back and won the set.
Although Nia and Journey definitely shined with their performances, being able to stuff up the stat sheet, their teammates should also get a lot of the credit because they were able to deliver time and time again when their number was called. But the players weren't the only ones having fun tonight's games. The fans simply loved it, and Mike always knows how to put on a show.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love. Love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping. Got a few minutes? You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
It's time to talk about Monday Night Football. The Buccaneers are going against the Texans, and the Chargers will be visiting Las Vegas to face off against the Raiders.
Now, Kennedy, we love to talk about some Monday Night Football, so who are you taking in these two games?
You know what? I'm going to take the Buccaneers over the Texans. That Texas O-line has been terrible, and we know the Bucs can play some defense. Chargers, Raiders, it's really a toss-up for me on this one. I'm going to have to go with the Chargers. I think they have the better quarterback. No disrespect to Geno Smith, but I don't think it's arguable that Justin Herbert is better. I do think that is true. Lad McConkey, what do you think?
I am going to let the quarterbacks guide my choices, and I'm going to go with Justin Herbert for the Chargers and Baker Mayfield with the Buccaneers.
I think that's actually a really good strategy. This is such a QB-heavy game. I don't think it's crazy to say that let them guide you. Now, that's all the time we have for this edition of the Bayou Breakdown. Be sure to keep up with our socials at LSU Tiger TV and watch our live shows Monday through Thursday live at 5.
And make sure to catch our shows, like she said, on Monday. For Tiger TV, I'm Gia Picarella.
And I'm Kennedy Banks. Have a great night, Tigers.